Have you ever thought what makes a story a story? And is everything that you write and you think is a story, is it really a story? So I've been thinking about a video that I made last week. And one of the interesting things about making videos is sometimes your own videos speak to you. I believe this video was 7 Tips on Writing by George Saunders. And one of his tips really stayed with me as I began writing the next day. George Saunders says, a story isn't a story unless the character changes forever. That forever part really stayed in my mind. And I was thinking about scenes that I've written. And I was wondering if my characters in my scenes really change forever. In my own life, I thought, do I ever change forever? I was reading Sean Coyne's book, The Story Grid, recently, and he says that a scene isn't a scene unless you have a change in it, and every scene needs to have a change or you should delete it. The kind of change he's talking about relates to characters, how they start at one state of mind, maybe ambivalent at the beginning of a scene, and then they change to being caring. So I got to thinking about what George Saunders said about a character needing to change forever for a story to be a story. So I thought it'd be cool to look at a scene that I recently finished writing and to really think about, did the character in that scene really change forever? So I'm going to read a scene from my memoir that I'm writing, and I'll let you decide if you think any of the characters have changed forever. And then I'll come back and I'll share a few final thoughts on whether I think my characters have changed forever in the scene. Like I said, this is an excerpt from a memoir I'm writing. The main characters are myself and my son and my wife. My son is 13 now, but in this story he was 7. Here it is. It's the kind of dynamic you see in families. I hope you enjoy it. A week ago, Dominic and I came home from Target with a book called The Adventures of Super Diaper Baby. Typically, Lisa would read Dominic cheerful stories like The Little Red Hen, The Pokey Little Puppy, and nursery rhymes when he's younger. But now at 7, Dominic was transitioning to books like Captain Underpants by Dave Pilkey. Why would you buy Dominic that book? Lisa said as we entered the door. I didn't see anything wrong with it. It is by Dave Pilkey, the author of the Captain Underpants series. I dismissed her comment and went to the restroom. A week later, she takes Dominic to Target, not to go shopping, but just to hang out. A page for my playbook. And get this, she comes home with 3 books from the Captain Underpants series. That's right, she buys him 3 Captain Underpants books after ripping me for buying him The Adventures of Super Diaper Baby. She buys a book that has characters with names like Professor Poopy Pants after she took offense to Deputy Doodoo a week ago. And then I watch as they take turns reading it out loud on the living room sofa, cackling over the pranks by George and Harold, the 2 4th grade protagonists with a penchant for pulling pranks. Something has happened to Lisa's brain. It's like the zombie cafeteria ladies from George and Harold's elementary school have stolen her brain and replaced it with the brain of a more accepting and tolerant mom who embraces her son's love for Captain Underpants and lets him read the kind of books he enjoys reading. When it's Lisa's turn to read, I notice Dominic stares at his mom with his jaw open. It's like he wants to pinch his mom to make sure this isn't a dream. And I guess Lisa realizes there's not much a mother can do to stop a boy from liking potty humor. She doesn't even flinch when she reads the words fake doo-doo. She laughs at the funny parts, like Dominic's favorite scene where the boys switch the letters on the school sign from "Come in and see our pretty armchairs" to "Come in and see our hairy armpits." And she likes the bizarre plot twists, wacky characters, and humor. I'm sure Lisa would prefer Captain Underpants is not the last book Dominic reads before going to bed. She would prefer the last book to be something more peaceful. A book where the science teacher doesn't shrink the entire school. A book that will not give his brain an endorphin buzz. A story from his devotional or Bible. rather than a rowdy, rollicking, madcap romp with superheroes and evil villains, pranks and witty wordplay, laughs and silliness, and satirical themes. Mom, can we watch a Captain Underpants video on YouTube? Dominic asked Lisa after they finished reading Captain Underpants and the Perilous Plot of Professor Poopy Pants. It's so funny. You have to see it. I know you'll like it. She ponders his request. Please, Mom, can we watch the video? You will love it. Trust me. This is the ultimate test of whether Lisa has changed. She has laughed with him reading Captain Underpants, but I think for sure Lisa will tell Dominic, no, you remember the deal. We read one chapter from a Captain Underpants book and one chapter from your devotional book. But she says yes, and I join them on the couch to watch a bald, middle-aged Japanese man cosplay as Captain Underpants, jerking his pelvis in and out to a Captain Underpants song with his red cape flapping in the wind as we sing the lyrics to the song, Captain Underpants, 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 tra-la-la, we love Captain Underpants. So there is my story, or my real life event. My book is a memoir. That really happened. My son and I went to Target. We came back with the Dave Pilkey book, and my wife did not like that book. But then a week later, I was feeling sick. She took Dominic to Target, came back with three Captain Underpants books, and she had a reversal in attitude. She was laughing, having a good time, enjoying Captain Underpants. So my wife joined the Dave Pilkey bandwagon, and she became another one of Dave Pilkey's mom converts who ended up liking Captain Underpants and also later Dogman. More importantly, I would say my wife bonded with our son over Captain Underpants. Yes, she was the main character who changed, and the question is, did she change forever? I'm gonna have to disagree here with George Saunders that I think it's really hard for anybody, person or character, to change forever. I think we change, and then a lot of times we slip back to old patterns, old habits, and so I really question the ideas about changing forever. I think it's a good idea, but I think it's really hard to carry out in real life. So let me leave you with this. Sean Coyne says in the story grid that every scene should have a character change from one state to another state. So it's a good strategy to look at when you finish writing a scene. Does your character change? And of course you can ask, does the character change forever? Hope you guys have happy writing times. I'll leave my own website right here if you want to check out more of my writing. Peace out, everybody.